Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn about the topic prejudice and gender discrimination. Where we will introduce two topics with certain terms. First, the term comes prejudice. What is prejudice? It refers to unfavorable opinions or feelings about an individual, group, place, process, object, etc., without prior knowledge, thought, or reason. Prejudice are mostly driven by common sense ideas. Then comes the term sex. Simply defined, sex is a biological category which is employed in segregating animals into categories on the basis of their bodily characteristics, mostly genital and reproductive organs. Now comes gender. Gender has a social connotation. Basically, gender refers to the attributes or the features, characteristics that are attributed by the society and that are ascribed to specific sexes. Since gender is purely a social construct, it differs from one society to another and also within the same society over a period of time. That is, gendered ideas are subjected to change. It is not permanent. And next comes the term discrimination. Discrimination is an act of unjustified distinction among individuals or groups on the basis of preconceived and unreasonable ideas. Discrimination is a threat to equality and justice of the society. As a result, it creates social inequality. Prejudice is formed on the basis of known verified and therefore is not a fact. It gives the birth of bias, which eventually leads to discrimination. So there is a relationship between prejudice and discrimination. As it is creating a bias, so prejudiced against the individual or certain group regarding to their set beliefs. So the question is, how we know what we know? This is very important to get rid of prejudice. Is my knowledge is justified? That should be asked by ourselves. So these are certain, the research that is made and whereby we set the terms of femininity and masculinity. Now we will learn according to the society what is masculine traits. We all know, even from the Disney world, we are taught that, men are dominant, rational, physically strong, independent, brave, innovative, capable of handling public interactions. On the other hand, just the opposite of male or masculine traits, there are feminine traits. What are they? They're emotional, collaborative, nurturing, vulnerable, caring, humble, physically weak, capable of handling private wealth. So women are restricted to the home. And these gendered ideas, we can see the reflection in the day-to-day lives. For example, we all say that women are born cooks. Men cannot cook. Women are weak and need help of men's help only for doing strenuous physical activities. But in reality, if we consider that, yes, it is not so. The fact is that majority of chefs are male individual, and in boxing, weightlifting, these are all strong strength power games. And here you can see 2022 India won medals by women. Now we can say gender is a prejudice in itself. Though it is a very abstract idea, but the concept created the conditions for people, the sense of identity and limits or enhance their ability to communicate. Even though this is an abstract concept, they have some material consequences, thereby constricting the choice of an individual, restricting them from access to certain rights, privileges, And it, as a result, it gives, the gender inequality. And we can say gender prejudices is equivalent to gender stereotypes. How? Now we have to know what is gender stereotype. Gender stereotype is a generalized view or preconception about attributes or characteristics that are or ought to be possessed by women and men, or the roles or should be performed by men or women and women. Gender stereotypes are reinforced by gender roles. Now we will come to know what is gender roles. Gender roles are everyday life tasks that individuals are expected to perform unfailingly. For example, women are expected to clean, care, cook, worship, and men are expected to earn, handle gadgets, maintain savings, etc. Now, socialization refers to the process by which a child is made to understand the culture, values, morals, and ideology existing in the society. So from the childhood, this gender stereotypes are injected in the children. It makes a child a member of the society, and as a society, school, peer group, neighborhood, media, literature, these acts as an active agent for gender socialization. And gender socialization, what is it? It is a kind of process by which children internalize notions of gender. They learn to play their gender roles and develop gender identities, which in turn reinforces gender stereotypes. So this is a very continuous process. Continuously it is going on. And masculinity and masculine health, if we consider, it creates a kind of discontent or mental disorder for men. Even men, they don't want to go. You can see this is the research reports. Men expect themselves as alpha. They identify themselves with the expression of alpha, which means they should display aggression, emotional thing. Man should not be emotional. These kind of concepts. And as a result, they do not want to go to the counselor for counseling because they consider it something very weak and they avoid this. Now, gender stereotypes an instrument of patriarchy, because patriarchy means rule of father. The notions of gender perpetuate the institution of patriarchy. It advocates allocation of resources, privileges, and rights to men, and to a large extent denies those from women. It tries to maintain the power imbalance between men and women. And Sylvia Welby, in her famous book, Theorizing Patriarchy, had given the 6 mutually interacting social systems of patriarchy. You can see Dashabhuja means girls or ladies are very efficient for household exploitation. They can manage the household relations. And then comes the patriarchal economic structure where the women are paid very lowly in their jobs. Next comes the marital rape. This is criminalization or discriminalization. That means that the categorically bias towards men's power and exploit the women by physically. Next comes structured male violence on women with the effect to limit women's action and activities in social spheres. For example, stalking, harassments, and moreover, it comes the normalization of compulsory heteronormity. That is, other or alternative sexual orientations people are tortured. And the media and religious institutions, they regulate the subordinate status of women. Thank you.